City Current, hosted by Josh Meny, produced by Dakota Media Access. Find it on freetv.org or watch on Government Access Channel 2 or in high definition on 602. Always local, always current.
We are in the day and age where we need to start thinking about recycling, start not just thinking, start doing recycling and saving those landfill areas.
I look at it as we have a responsibility to bring down costs for the city if we can. We have a wonderful opportunity for the rest of North Dakota to look at Mandan and say, look what you implemented, and look what's happening, and look at how it's affected the cost.
I'd move to require or to use option C in the recycling options, which would provide residential curbside single-sort site recycling for the entire community of the city of Mandan.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Labor to approve C, which is the curbside recycling, and a second by Commissioner Braun. Is there any further discussion, Commissioners? Seeing no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Rohr.
Yes, based upon a good logical debate here.
Commissioner Tipke.
Yes.
Commissioner Labor.
Yes.
Commissioner Braun.
Yes.
Mayor Van Beek.
Yes, and the motion carries.
Hello, I'm Josh Meny with Dakota Media Access, and this is City Current. As you can see from those excerpts from a recent Mandan City Commission meeting, the Commission unanimously agreed to enter into contract with Dakota Sanitation to carry out a residential single-sort recycling program. On this edition of City Current, we will be telling you what you need to know about this program. However, first, let's review some back history. The recycling program was spearheaded by Commissioner Sandy Tipke in the summer of 2012.
We went and met with city staff from Bismarck to talk to them about their recycling program, what their successes were, what their challenges were, because we wanted to make sure that everything that they learned we could apply in the city of Mandan, learn from their successes and from their challenges. From there, we did a city poll and gave options to residents to vote and to try to decide what they would be interested in for recycling. And the majority of the residents wanted the single-sort recycling.
After the initial polling, support for the single-sort recycling program began to grow throughout the community. Additionally, the contract held by Waste Management for hauling garbage from the Mandan transfer station to the landfill near Wishick was expiring. Therefore, the city opted for a new contract that would also include recycling. This would not only help the environment, but it would reduce the amount of garbage being hauled to the landfill, thus reducing hauling costs. The residential single-sort recycling program allows Mandan residents to conveniently deposit all their recyclable materials into one container. These containers should be placed alongside the curb, 5 feet away from any obstructions such as vehicles or garbage containers, with the wheels of the container facing your home. Households with alley pickup for regular garbage will also place recycling containers at the street curb in front of their house. The recyclable materials you may deposit in the container include paper, plastics, metals, cardboard, and glass. Commissioner Shauna Labor explains.
Single-sort recycling is, you put everything in one container. It can't get any easier to get started. And I think that ease of use, having a container at everyone's home where they can throw in their own things, I think it really makes for the maximum amount of participation. And that's what we need. We need everyone who we possibly can to participate in the reuse, recycle, and let's create a better environment for not just us. We've got children and grandchildren and all the citizens of Mandan that are to come. We need to have shown that we are responsible. We're responsible with our resources. You can't be responsible if you're throwing everything away.
Mandan residents will be able to place their recyclable materials into a 96-gallon container that will be provided by Dakota Sanitation. The recycling collections will begin early, January 2016. Furthermore, recyclables will be picked up every other week on the normal garbage day for each residential area. Collection weeks will be organized by address. As you can see on this recycling schedule, even household numbers will be picked up on green weeks, and odd household numbers will be picked up on gray weeks. A similar calendar will be distributed to residents, and it's also posted on www.cityofmandan.com/recycle. Here are some of the materials that you can and cannot include in your mixed recycling. Accepted materials include plastic bottles and containers, glass bottles and containers, paper, food and beverage cans, flattened cardboard and paperboard, and food and beverage cartons. Unaccepted items include yard waste, styrofoam, plastic bags, fireworks, electronics, and motor oil. For more information on what you can and cannot recycle, go to www.cityofmandan.com/recycle or go to www.dakotasanitation.com. Please be advised that you need to rinse out all of your recyclable materials before depositing them into your recycling container.
Once you have read the list and you see how many of our everyday items, your milk containers, if you get glass beverages, you can put the glass in. There's things that you can recycle that are pretty easy. And once you sort of get in the hang of it, I think it just starts to make a lot of sense in the way that you handle your garbage inside your home.
Recycling services will be provided to all single residences and multi-family units that already have trash receptacles. Apartment buildings with 4 or more units that have dumpsters will not receive recycling services at this time, but may be considered to receive recycling services in the future. Finally, the goal of the Residential Single-Sort Recycling program is to reduce the amount of household garbage going to the landfills by 15 to 20% in the first year. The city will be able to achieve greater reductions through continued education. This new base rate for the Residential Single-Sort Recycling program is $5.50 per month. Keep in mind that this program has been put into place to exponentially save Mandan residents money in the long run. To find out more information about Mandan's Residential Single-Sort Recycling program, go to www.cityofmandan.com/recycle or go to www.dakotasanitation.com. To watch all of the latest government meetings in Bismarck and Mandan, tune in Dakota Media Access's Government Access Channel 02 and 602 in HD. You can also watch meetings via live streaming or video on demand at freetv.org. This has been another edition of City Current, a source for information regarding the services and procedures of city government. Thanks for watching.
City Current, hosted by Josh Meny, produced by Dakota Media Access. Find it on freetv.org or watch on Government Access Channel 2 or in high definition on 602. Always local, always current.